Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. Exciting episode. We're talking Pittsburgh Steelers fantasy football value. Yes, we're talking Juju. We're talking Connor. We're talking Big Ben. And who better to have here? Nobody than Chiseled Adonis here. He's got a booming YouTube channel. My Steelers ambassador, the guy I go to for my Steelers inside information. He studies them. He knows them. He's a passionate fan. Welcome to the show, Chiseled Adonis. What is going on?
Thanks for having me. And if you guys did not know, get familiar. I'm the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, and Pittsburgh Steelers football aficionado. So all things Pittsburgh, I know the Steelers in and out.
Wow. I mean, if you were a boxer, that's a long intro, right?
Oh yeah. I'd be tired before I get to the ring.
Speaking of boxing, I know you're into like all the top sporting news. I mean, this is way off topic, but I want to dive into this because I'm excited. Michael Tyson, is he coming back for a fight? Have you heard anything?
Oh, about Tyson taking on
Who was it?
Was it Tyson Fury's father?
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh man, I hope not, because that's not going to be good for anybody. There will be a lot of lawsuits at the conclusion of that fight.
No, he looks good on the pads, but anyone can look good. I mean, he's got the skill, he's got the it's just natural ability. But when you get in the ring, it's like your head, I don't know if it'll be able to take it anymore, right?
Yeah, and that's the scariest part about it, because if you're at that age, we saw I believe it was Hopkins a few years back. He got knocked out of the ring. He was like 51, still boxing. Now you could imagine you seeing Mike Tyson get in the ring at this age and having not done it in so long, and he's already a little messed up in the head. It's not good for anybody. He might just go into full kill mode, and then that's over.
It's gonna sell some pay-per-views, and I'm bought in. I want to watch it no matter what, even if it lasts 30 seconds. I'm watching it.
Oh yeah, they'll get my eyes for sure. I'm gonna be cringing at the conclusion of the fight, but while it's happening, I'm all in.
All right, so let's get back on track here. That's a whole other topic. But the Steelers fantasy impact, a lot of questions. I gotta tell you right now, I'm all over. Like I'm gonna avoid Juju in the second round of fantasy. Second, third round is kind of where his ADP is, because I think he's going to line up at the slot. I am all over getting Diontae Johnson later, 6th, 7th, 8th round, and then handcuffing, which is, it's not really called a handcuff because more of a run. But anyway, backing up my wide receiver, I want Chase Claypool and Diontae, because now I could potentially have a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2 potentially. What are your thoughts on Diontae Johnson, Claypool? Who could emerge as the wide receiver 2? And can these guys potentially take the job from Juju as maybe even a wide receiver 1? What's the ceiling? Who do you like better? Can you kind of give me the landscape with the wide receiver situation? Who's emerging, please?
I'd have to say out of the two between Chase Claypool and also Diontae Johnson, I'm leaning more towards Diontae Johnson, who I would take first over Claypool, simply because Johnson is a lot like Juju, and the Pittsburgh Steeler kind of, wide receiver is one that you can plug at the slot and also outside. Although they'll be starting at the outside positions at the X and Y, because they'll be versatile on the field. They'll get the football at all spots of the wide receiver position. And I'd lean more towards Diontae Johnson because he's a little bit smaller. So I'd like to see him get the football in some screen sort of things, small sort of, screen plays where he'll get it and the blockers will set up the locations for him to run into. So I expect to see Johnson have a better season than Claypool. However, I think they're all going to excel. Whichever one of the Steeler wide receivers that you pick up, you're going to get production from them, because when Big Ben is under center, he's going to get the ball to his playmakers very fast. And we know Pittsburgh likes to stretch the field, and Claypool's a huge target. We're talking about a guy whose numbers improved every single year in college, and he exploded his senior season, 13 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards in only about 60 plus receptions. So he can get you big time production. But I'll lean more towards Johnson because on fantasy, he could also help you on special teams. As for Juju, I don't think he's going to lose, his position, because they'll be moving him around to where he'll be in the slot anyway. Because in Pittsburgh, whether you're the 1, the 2, or the 3, you can still end up finishing the game with the most reception. So there's no true number 1. Although Antonio Brown used to be that, the season when Juju erupted, you knew Antonio was the dangerous guy, but Juju was getting more balls his way. So we'll see as the time comes, but I'm excited.
A lot of comparisons with Chase Claypool and Martavis Bryant. Martavis Bryant endorsed my brand. When I first got into this, I had a company called Fantasy Frames, which was like a fantasy league prize. Got rid of that idea, started the podcasting. This is my brand now. Martavis, super nice guy. Unfortunately, things didn't work out for him in his personal life, and he's not on the field now. And this guy could be as good, even better than Martavis, in my opinion. But the knocks to him right now, a little sluggish off the line, and his route running could be better. Do you see him being, more upside? And obviously, character probably better, way better than Martavis, not an issue there. But in regards to physical ability, could he be better than Martavis here?
I think so, and it could be right out of the gate. He could be a bit better because Martavis, his route running was better than Claypool, but his top speed was ridiculous. So when Martavis Bryant hit the top speed, nobody was going to be able to catch him. But with Claypool and his size and Big Ben liking big targets, although his route running will take a hit in a jump ball situation, I think he can win those 50-50, balls in the air. So I think he's still good. The upside is still there. He's going to do just fine. As for out the gate, I think he's going to be better than Martavis because in goal line situations, Pittsburgh has always struggled in the red zone. They never had an issue getting there. They only struggled when they were there. Now with a big target like Claypool, I expect to see him get a ton of targets inside the red zone. So you'll see touchdowns out of the gate. I'd say by about week 6, he'll have 5 TDs under his belt.
Yeah, easily. I can definitely see that. So my strategy is I'm going to get Diontae maybe around 6-7, that type of thing, and then back him up with Claypool. That way I've got stock in both, and if one emerges, I'm covered. If I get Juju, I'm kind of like not wasting a pick, but I can get a running back in the second round, third round, and then at least I got the upside of the other guy. So I'm going to do that. That's kind of my strategy. Does you feel comfortable with that? Does that make sense? Does that seem comfortable with you?
Yeah, it definitely does. You'll catch people off guard when they see you take a Johnson off the board before you grab a Juju. But then soon enough throughout the season, they'll look, oh, wait a minute. This actually makes some sense. Because it's not a knock on Juju, but,
I'm going to pass on Juju because he's coming off in the second, third. I'm just going to get Diontae, what I'm saying, in the 7th, 8th round. And then that way I don't have to invest an early pick in Juju. So that's kind of the strategy I'm going. And then I'm going to get Claypool like later,
because they're definitely going to fall off the radar. A lot of people won't even be looking their ways. They're going to be looking for the big names, and then you get the smaller guys.
All right. Now the situation, by the way, one more thing with the running, with the wide receivers is that Big Ben 2018 crushed it, led in passing attempts, made both Juju and Antonio top 10 receivers, 168 targets to AB, 166 for Juju. He throws the ball a lot. That's why I love these receivers. That's why we're having this conversation. Mm-hmm. But I want to switch gears here into the running backs, a situation I'm just going to stay away from because I know that through the years they liked running the workhorse guy, Le'Veon Bell. We've seen it. But I'm a little concerned about Connor's durability. And, of course, now they've got McFarland there. They've got Snell. Is this going to be a running back committee from your opinion?
I think so to an extent. I think they'll start out the season. It'll be running back by committee because they want to show that Ben can play. But down the line, I'd say midway through the season, if James Conner's healthy, he's going to be the workhorse. He's going to have the football in his hands. So although it could be, a nice late pick to go and grab a McFarland or maybe grab a Snell, if Connor is available in the later rounds, probably go and grab Connor because also in the pass game as well, he's effective there too.
Right. Connor's going pretty high. He's coming off typically like third round. I guess his ADP is going up third, fourth round. I don't know if I trust him. I really don't know if I trust Connor just with the injury history and stuff like that. And then the McFarland, how good is McFarland? How well will he do? I mean, Snell had some opportunity to start sometime. I don't think he was doing that well, Snell. I don't know if I believe in that guy.
Yeah, it was up and down. I think from what I saw during the preseason and what the ability that he has, it's a possibility if he gets very good blocking, he can go out there and light it up. But for the most part, just his raw ability, I don't think I can put him over McFarland. They're kind of in the same area right now. I might have to see something during the preseason to really change my mind on them.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, that's the situation. I'm staying away from this committee, the situation, because I'm not sure what is going on there, and I don't trust Connor enough to invest an earlier pick in him. So, again, for fantasy impact of that, I'm going to stay away. How about the tight ends? Do you care about Ebron so much? And we talked a bit before the show. You think he might get some red zone work?
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely believe in Ebron. He's going to be getting the football a lot in short yardage situations where if you have a 3rd and 7, you need 8 yards. I think they're going to look over the middle, throw it high. Ebron will be there. When he was in Detroit, there was a lot of questions about his hands. He was able to catch a lot when he was in Indianapolis. So I'm hoping red zone situations is going to be Ebron or it's going to be Claypool. So I'm definitely buying Ebron. As for McDonald, I think he's most likely going to fall back down to like a blocking role sort of situation. He can be dynamic in the passing game, but I don't think the tight end position, he's going to be getting a lot of looks regarding production and catching passes.
Okay, and how about Big Ben? Is he coming back? Is he coming back healthy?
Yeah, I would say Big Ben is coming back healthy because they said he's doing very well. He seems to be perfectly fine. There were questions about his diet, but then we never really had to question, his mobility. He's never really been that guy. He's just utilizes his size to avoid, the pass rushers. So I expect him to go back to the same form that he was at before. Even if he doesn't throw for 5,000 yards, he'll be in the 4,000, category and give you at least 25 touchdowns.
Right. I am excited. I'm excited about this offense. Again, Claypool is my thing. I'm so excited. And then what happens again? Years to wow me. I'm not wowed. I'm not sold on James Washington and Switzer. I don't care. But do you honestly think that does Washington play any part, or do you not sold on Washington being in there?
With Washington, I think he's gonna fall and take the back seat. He'll probably fall down to that 4th receiver position because I last year he did it. He really improved, but it seems they continue to struggle on that deep ball. If they're able to get that fixed, he can be a dynamo and give you some great production. He'll probably be around the 30 to 40 receptions this particular year. As for yardage, it'll be up and down. It's going to be very hard to scale.
Yeah, I think he's just one of those boomy, busty kind of guys. He'll have one game. You'll start, let's say, Juju, and then he'll get like 2 touchdowns at one game, and you won't hear from him for 3 weeks. I just feel he's one of those guys, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So yeah, man, that's it. We covered a lot here. Wanted to keep it nice and short and sweet with you. How do they find you, Adonis? Please, can you give them the directions here?
Oh, yeah, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything at Chiseled Adonis. And, it's easy to find. The name is right there for you. And I'm very sociable. You could DM me. I'll respond. We could talk football, all kinds of football, not just Pittsburgh. But, yeah, man, you could find me all over the net.
Where did you come up with the name Chiseled? Is it just the body thing?
Oh yeah. I remember I got it used to be my my user. Well, it used to be my password when I was very very young. And then when I got to high school, I got in shape my sophomore year. So then I took Adonis from when I was in the 4th grade. So I said, you know what? Why don't I put this together? And then here we are.
Nice, it works, and you're doing really well, man. How many years have you been on YouTube doing this?
I think it just passed 4. Yeah, it just passed 4.
Nice, man. You've been grinding, and I'm looking for the best to come here and give my fantasy listeners the best knowledge for that particular team. So I appreciate it, man. Fantasy football, Pittsburgh Steelers Impact here. We've covered it here for you. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and leave your questions below. And again, get that 16-round draft, so it's going to help you guys crush your leagues. Thanks, Adonis, for being here. We appreciate you, and we'll talk soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
We are out.